Hello, Dr. Progeny here. Today I'm going to be importing some data into Progeny. Now, for those of you who are subscribed, you'll see there's a couple of other videos already here. The first is just adding additional information to patients already in the system, or adding information into tables that are in the system as well. Today is a little bit different. What I'm going to be doing today is actually importing fresh data into Progeny. And what I've got is an Excel spreadsheet. I'll let you bring that onto the screen so you can see this. So you need a certain amount of data depending on what you're importing. When you're importing, you can import families, pedigrees, individuals, or samples. Today, I'm going to start off and show you how to import a pedigree. So you'll see here in this spreadsheet that we have a pedigree name, that's essential. You'll also need an individual identifier. You'll also need something about how the family is structured. So you've got a mother ID, father ID. You'll need the gender of the individual, whether they're still alive, a deceased status. I'm also adding in a spouse identifier. This is another system field that allows you to show someone as a spouse without knowing whether they have children or not. And then I'm adding in some data into the system. So I'm also importing first name, last name, date of birth, and HCM status in this one. So whether they have cardiac condition. You'll notice this is actually a checkbox, which is usually shown as a yes or no. But one of the quirks of the import is that yeses in Progeny, you have to import them as a 1. So that's just a little quirk. So you're in Excel. To import into Progeny, you have to have the file as a text tab delimited format. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to switch it to text tab to tab delimited. I'm just going to place it into a particular folder, like so. So we now have a file that can be imported into Progeny. So it's fairly straightforward. First of all, I need to say where I want it imported. So I'm going to choose a single folder in this case. I'm going to click the import button, and then I'm going to browse to that particular file. There it is, that file I just created. And it'll give you kind of like an overview of that file at the bottom here. So you'll see, what am I importing? Well, it's in the pedigrees. I need to import and give the defined male value, the female value, and also the deceased value as well. Now, in this case, a lot of the column headers I've chosen are system fields, so they'll be instantly recognized. You can also see this little sort of blue screen that designates that they are system fields. And as I scroll across, you'll see HCM, it's selected as a known field in my database. That's because that field is only showing up once in my database. If I had multiple HCMs, I would have to specify. And that's what I'm going to have to do with first name, last name, date of birth, because I've got those duplicated in my database. So I simply right click on the column header, choose existing field, scroll down to PHI data, select first name, like so. Similarly, with last name, right click, choose existing field, scroll to PHI data, choose last name, like so, click OK. And then lastly, the date of birth. Again, scroll down to PHI data and choose date of birth. Now, if you can do a much broader amount of information, which can take quite a bit of work. And if you run this on a regular basis, you may wish to save the format. So I'm going to do that. I'm simply going to save it as family import. And that will allow me to bring in similar spreadsheets in the future. Just one note, you see the spreadsheet I have has a single family. You aren't restricted to having just one family in that spreadsheet. You could have tens, hundreds, thousands potentially in there. So, okay, I'm going to click the import button. Progeny is going to go away. You can see it's imported 7 individuals into my family and it's completed. So if I click close, I can then open up the Jones family pedigree, and you'll see here all the individuals have been imported. There's the proband, her deceased husband, his name is shown. You'll also see that the HCM diagnosis is being shown as an icon on the pedigree, and you'll also see their current age. So if I simply click on, well, let's click on James here, I'll be able to run through his data sheet. It'll tell me his relationship proband. It's calculated his first and last name. His date of birth is shown and also his current age. And if I just flip over to family history, you'll see the HCM diagnosis is checked. So you can see it's a pretty quick and easy way of bringing in pedigrees and information into Progeny. It's only available in the PC client. So if you are doing these kind of power moves, the PC client is still the place to do this. Okay, I hope that is helpful. If anyone has additional questions or would like another thing explained as a video on the YouTube channel, just drop me a line. Otherwise, as always, like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Okay, bye.